Go.
Okay.
Got 10 minutes.
All right. So we all know when using VR on your phone, the phone tends to heat up really, really quickly. And in some cases, the phone will get hot enough to where it gives you a warning and forces you to shut off high-intensity applications, requiring you to cool down your phone before you can start it back up again. Now, the reason I like VR headsets like this from Victini is because I can take my VR application or my phone in VR and put it like so, and it has an open backing. So phones like mine that utilize the aluminum backing of this of the phone as a heat sink can use convection currents to some extent to help keep them cooled down, but sometimes this really isn't enough. So what we've done is a little funky, but considering VR sucks up battery like crazy, I have on my hip a 20,000 milliamp hour battery pack. Now, one wire is going to the phone to keep it continuously powered so it doesn't have to power down. The second connection, we have spliced a USB cord into a computer fan, so that way it has some air going. Now I just cut a hole in a piece of cardboard here, and what I'm gonna do is just slide this in like so, and this is just kind of a test design at the moment. And we have it on this side of the phone because the GPU is actually towards the top of this phone, so that's the thing that's going to heat up the most. Now with this little design, we have air directed towards the hottest part of the phone, which in theory will help keep it cool. Now, this is obviously a temporary design because it's held in with cardboard and twist ties, but as we advance the design further, it'll make it a little more stable. But yet another good thing about these open air designs is when you can slide something in, you can do something like this. Now, I could stress test the phone and just monitor the temperature, but I want to see how it works in real life application. We were considering a more passive solution by using a laptop heatsink. The problem with this is we would have to cut off 3 sections of this first in order to make this completely flat, because as you can see it's not flat and it needs to be flush. We would also need a thermal pad because we can't use thermal compound. That would be for a permanent solution to a heat source. We don't want that. And we would use some sort of mechanism to hold this onto the metal backing of the phone with a thermal pad in between to help transfer the heat away from the phone. The problem with passive solutions is that they often involve a decent bit of metal, and even though this doesn't look like much, this almost doubles the weight of the VR headset. And that can be problematic for long-term use, making it really uncomfortable to use, which is why we chose to go with an active solution, which is just a very, very light plastic fan and a piece of cardboard, which is almost no weight at all to it. And we're going to give this a shot and see how it kind of goes. Now, it's going to look kind of funky, but when you're wearing the device, who really cares? Another thing about VR applications is that when the device heats up, the performance of the application goes down, which could cause lag. And that lag in the application is responsible for a lot of people getting headaches and motion sickness. So this may actually help maintain the performance of the phone by keeping it at a colder temperature, thus reducing any medical side effects you may have towards VR solutions. So that's the concepts, and we'll be testing this throughout the week and improving it. But all in all, there's no particular reason why it wouldn't work. So we're going to go ahead and give this a shot and probably report back in about a week or so. So, that's pretty much it.